Welcome Ranjani Sharma from Trinity Mirror News. The headlines. Google Doodle pays tribute to veteran Indian filmmaker V. Santaram. Car festival of Sri Visalakshi Sameta Sri Vishwanatha Swami Temple ends. Bill Gates commits to work with UP government on welfare schemes. 6.9 magnitude earthquake strikes Tibet. Sindhu suffers shock defeat in China Open. News in detail. Google Doodle pays tribute to veteran Indian filmmaker V. Santaram. Google paid tribute to veteran Indian filmmaker V. Santaram with a doodle on his 116th birthday. Widely hailed as one of the pioneers of Indian cinema, Santaram was a successful director, actor and producer who played a vital role in introducing sound and color to the Indian cinema. Born on November 18, 1901, Santaram started his creative career as a theatre artist. After joining the Maharashtra Film Company at the age of 18, he directed a couple of films including the highly successful Gopal Krishna in 1929 before donning the actor's hat. With the advent of sound in early 1930s, the Maharashtrian filmmaker went on to make the first bilingual film in the history of Indian cinema, Ayodhya Chekcha Raja or Ayodhya Ka Raja, which translates to the King of Ayodhya. 350 children get special invitation to Raj Nivas at Puducherry. About 350 students from 100 schools got a rare invitation to Raj Nivas. Lieutenant Governor Kiran Bedi said that the objective behind the invitation of children to Raj Nivas was to inspire and motivate them. Their entry into citadels of Raj Nivas should encourage them to aspire to become officers in the government. The Lieutenant Governor interacted with children to elicit their ideas on how to make Puducherry the best union territory in the country and what they thought would be their personal contribution to the cause. The suggestions were jotted down in Tamil and English. High Court transfers loan fraud case to CBI. The Madurai bench of the Madras High Court transferred the Lakshmi Vilas bank loan fraud case to the Central Bureau of Investigation and directed the investigating agency to file a status report. The petitioner M. Rangarajan, Assistant Vice President Lakshmi Vilas Bank Regional Officer Madurai, said that a huge sum of Rs 81 crore was swindled from the bank on the guise of issuing loans. The loans were obtained through fabricated documents given to the bank by the accused. The bank was made to believe that the transactions were genuine. At least 31%, of which 27 from Madurai and 4 from Virudhunagar, has approached the bank for availing credit. They have borrowed Rs 71.62 crore and Rs 10.5 crore respectively and failed to repay the loan. The bank has sanctioned the loan against storage receipt and test certificates provided by the parties and collaterals. After long wait, chilli farmers have a reason to be cheerful. After successive years of low prices, there is something to cheer the chilli farmers. Prices of premium varieties have begun to increase. Prices of Teja and Badiga varieties have shot up to Rs 101 per kg. The highest price that Guntur chilli has commanded so far is Rs 130 per kg. This is in contrast to the plummeting prices in the last 2 years. An increase in production has reduced the demand in the market, and as global demand fell due to availability of crop in Madhya Pradesh, chilli prices fell to as low as Rs 70 per kg for high-grade variety of Rs 40 per kg for low and medium grades. Chilli arrivals would start in January and the market is expected to peak in midway when farmers begin to selling off common and special varieties which are kept in cold storages. These varieties command an average price of not less than Rs 6,500 to 7,500. Car festival of Sri Visalakshi Sameta Sri Vishwanatha Swami Temple ends 100 throng the village of Kalpati to witness Devarata Sangamam, marking the culmination of the annual car festival of the Sri Visalakshi Sameta Sri Vishwanatha Swami Temple. The roads leading to the Tamil Brahmin settlement remained overcrowded with pilgrims and tourists as chariots of Vishwanatha Swami Temple and 3 satellite temples were plugged through the village streets by night. There was a huge rush of pilgrims from Tamil Nadu since early morning to the village. A number of foreign tourists were also present to witness the celebrations. For devotees, the car tunneling their way through the streets of Agragarams on the three-peak day of the festival will be an unforgettable experience. Bill Gates commits to work with Uttar Pradesh government on welfare schemes. A delegation led by Mr. Gates, who is also the founder of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, met Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Lucknow. He expressed his willingness to work with the Uttar Pradesh government on issues such as tackling tuberculosis, child malnutrition, maternal health, sewage treatment and soil mapping techniques. He was also apprised of efforts taken by the state of tackle Japanese encephalitis and acute encephalitis syndrome and other vector-borne. 6.9 magnitude earthquake strikes Tibet. A strong intensity earthquake measuring 6.9 on Richter scale in Tibet Ningxi prefecture located close to Arunachal Pradesh border in the early hours. The quake struck at 6:34 am according to China Earthquake Network Center. It was followed by 5 magnitude earthquake at 8:31 am around the same place in Tibet Autonomous Region. Hope the people are safe and there are minimal casualties. World's first successful head transplant carried out on corpses. The world's first head transplant has successfully been carried out on a corpse after a prolonged 18-hour operation. Italian surgeon Sergio Canavero, director of the Twin Advanced Neuromodulation Group, said that his team would soon be moving to a living human. The transplant reconnected the spine, nerves and blood vessels of 2 persons reported independent. Canavero said that the first human transplant on human cadavers has been done. A full head swap between brain-dead organ donors is the next stage. Although Canavero claimed the transplant to be successful, scientists have reportedly warned that the first patient could undergo something a lot worse than death. Ex-Miss India Diana Hayden pregnant second time with eggs she froze 3 years ago. 44-year-old former Miss India Diana Hayden is pregnant with twins conceived from eggs she froze 3 years ago. In January 2016, she gave birth to her first child who was similarly conceived from an egg frozen 8 years ago. Infertility specialist Dr. Nandita Palcheskar said that her pregnancy proved how infertility techniques have improved over the years. Egg freezing is one of the techniques available for women to plan pregnancies later in life. It was technically challenging to freeze eggs until a decade ago, but newer techniques have changed all that, says Dr. Rishikesh Pai, who along with Dr. Palcheskar is treating the former Miss India. Sindhu suffers shock defeat in China Open. PV Sindhu's title defense lay in tatters after suffering a shock straight game loss of hitherto unknown Chinese Goa Fangji in the quarterfinals of China Super Series Premium here today. Sindhu seemed completely off color during her 38-minute duel with the 19-year-old Fangji, who upstaged her fancied world number 2 rival 24-11, 21-10 in a lopsided contest. Sindhu's loss drew curtains on India's campaign at the China Open following the ouster of Saina Nehwal and HS Prannoy in pre-quarterfinals. She seemed exhausted and struggled to anticipate her opponent's move even as Fangji kept varying the length of the shots and engaged in long rallies to dominate the proceedings. That's it for the news bulletins. Thank you. Have a nice day.